जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी माधव बीजनावल्लभा गिरिवरधारी बीजनावल्लभा गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी Yashodanandana ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरों श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त स्तुते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमावों विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam gayate girim yat kripat desi varondina tara paramananda madhva Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to beg the blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and also the devotees who are listening over the Zoom, because I do not have any qualification to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. Just to purify myself, I would like to repeat the words that I have heard from our senior devotees and acharyas. So please forgive me for any of the shortcomings in delivering this whatever little talk. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, fourth canto, chapter 10 and verse number 14. Chapter titled Dhromara's Fight with the Yakshas. Yeah. You make a share or you are sharing? That's good. Nobody sharing. You can. And just sharing it over the Zoom also, so that way. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hahakarastadaivasit. Hahakarastadaivasit. Siddhanam divi pasyatam. Siddhanam divi pasyatam. Hatoyam manavah suryo. Hatoyam Magna punya janarnave. Magna punya janarnave. Hahakarastadaivasit. Hahakarastadaivasit. Siddhanam divi pashyatam. Siddhanam divi pashyatam. Hatoyam manavah suryo. Hatoyam manavah suryo. Magna punya janarnave. Magna punya janarnave. Hahakarastadaivasit. Hahakarastadaivasit. Siddhanam divi pashyatam. Siddhanam divi pashyatam. Hatoyam manavah suryo. Hatoyam manavah suryo. Magna punya janarnave. Magna punya janarnave. Hahakarastadaivasit. Hahakarastadaivasit. Siddhanam vivipasyatam. Atoyam manavah suryo. Magnam punya janarnave. Hahakarastadaivasit. Siddhanam vivipasyatam. Atoyam manavah suryo. Magna punya janarnave.
Hahakarastadaivasit.
Hahakarastadaivasit.
Siddhanam divi pashyatam.
Siddhanam divi pashyatam.
Toyam manavasuryo.
Atoyam manavah suryo.
Magna punya janarnave.
Magna punya janarnave. So what meaning? Hahakaraha. tumult of disappointment. Tada, at that time, Eva
Eva
certainly
certainly
Asit
Asi
became
became
manifest
manifest
Siddhana
Siddhana
of all the residents of Siddhaloka, Divi in
Divi
the sky,
in the sky
Pashyatam,
Pashyatam
who were observing the fight,
who observing the fight
Hataha,
Hataha
killed,
killed
Ayam,
Ayam
this,
this
Manavaha,
Manavaha
grandson of Manu,
grandson of
Suryaha,
Surya
son,
son
Magnaha,
Magnaha
set,
said
Punya Jana
Punya Jana
of the Yakshas,
of the Yakshas
Arnave,
Arnave
in the ocean. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Saranarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the Siddhas from the higher planetary systems were observing the fight from the sky. And when they saw that Dhruva Maharaj had been covered by the incessant arrows of the enemy, they roared tumultuously. The grandson of Manu, Dhruva, is now lost. They cried that Dhruva Maharaj was just like the sun and that now he had set within the ocean of the Yakshas. Purport. In this verse, the word Manava is very significant. Generally, this word is used to mean human being. Dhruva Maharaj is also described here as Manava. Not only is Dhruva Maharaj a descendant of Manu, but all human society descends from Manu. According to Vedic civilization, Manu is the lawgiver. Even today, Hindus in India follow the laws given by Manu. Everyone, therefore, in human society is a Manava or a descendant from Manu. But Dhruva Maharaj is a distinguished Manava because he is a great devotee. The denizens of the planet Siddhaloka, where the residents can fly in the sky without airplanes, were anxious over Dhruva Maharaj's welfare in the battlefield. Srila Rupa Goswami says, therefore, not only is a devotee well protected by the Supreme Lord, but all the demigods and even ordinary men are anxious for his security and safety. The comparison given here that Dhruva Maharaj appeared to merge in the ocean of the Yakshas is also significant. When the sun sets on the horizon, it appears that the sun drowns in the ocean, but factually the sun has no difficulty. Similarly, although Dhruva appeared to drown in the ocean of the Yakshas, he had no difficulty. As the sun rises again in the due course at the end of the night, so Dhruva Maharaj, although he might have been in difficulty, because after all it was a fight, and in any fighting activities there are reverses. That did not mean that he was defeated. So again, once again, I would like to humbly seek the blessings of the devotees. This is very wonderful topic, especially the Dhruva Charitra, how Dhruva Maharaj attained perfection. Various things we can discuss about Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. Couple of uh, days ago, everyone is discussing about different aspects, what we can learn from this Dhruva Charitra. Uh, First of all, if we look at how Dhruva's life, how a jiva is also in the same situation, having so many difficulties in this material world, and how a jiva can be perfecting his life, that is exhibited by Dhruva Maharaj by his determination, first thing. How his Kshatriya spirit, using his Kshatriya spirit, he was exhibiting the quality of determination. So, and after attained the perfection, he comes back and then he forgives his stepmother and he stays back in the kingdom. Now, The chapter that we are reading is when he heard that his brother is killed by Yaksha. Now he is completely in an angry mood. We look at two things here. First, how Dhruva's response to this situation, and then how Dhruva Maharaj is being protected by the Supreme Lord, and all the not only all the Supreme Lord here in this verse, Prabhupada is writing how he is being protected by the devotees of the Lord, not only the Supreme Lord himself, all the devatas, and even ordinary man. Everyone is anxious about how a pure devotee is handling this fight. Because if you look at how the devotees respond to the situations or calamities in their lives, one time Srila Prabhupada was challenged by a professor saying that, Arjuna was lamenting on the battlefield when Abhimanyu was killed. After all, he is a soul. Why should he lament? He was challenging Srila Prabhupada on this side. And Prabhupada very gently started saying that it is natural for a devotee to feel pain, you know, not based on the bodily relationship. Arjuna was not crying because he is my son. Arjuna is crying because he is serving the Lord's mission. So, so that is the relation between the devotee. How the devotee's relationship is, everyone is serving. When everyone is serving in the Lord's service, so that's how the relationship, when we are, lamenting for the devotee's separation, that is the mood. Not that because he is my father or son or anything like that. How well um, they they helped in the Lord's service, even if one is not Krishna consciousness, still in a family members, they are still encourage um, other family members to do the services. So that itself is also a good thing for them because they are encouraging to do devotional service. You know, it is I'm saying encouraging, uh, not discouraging. Uh, as soon as just want to say this, we will talk that one later. How that is, material world's love versus the spiritual master's love, how it can be, you know. But the devotees, they get angry because he's a king and he also has a responsibility, and he's responding to that with that mood, and he started fighting with the Sakshas. And especially if you look at how the great devotees have exhibited this, um, Raghunath Das Goswami, when Lord Chaitanya left the world, he started going to Vrindavan to climb up the Govardhan and then jump from there and end his life. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami told, no, no, stay here. Uh, and, no, you stay here and you explain all the things. Hmm? And after some time, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, both of them are left. Then Raghunath Das Goswami is completely in separation from the pure devotees. Hmm. So this lamentation for a devotee based on the vertical relationship that one is having with the Supreme Lord. You know, if you look at the chandelier, the vertical relationship that you can see, that is Krishna's relationship. You know, all other things that we have around the chandelier are like horizontal relations. That whatever we have in our lives, our family members, our other members, devotees, we all have the horizontal relations. But if we don't have the vertical relationship with the Supreme Lord, then we cannot sustain. And that relationship is not complete. That understanding is not complete. That is one of the things that we should understand how the devotees are responding. Even when Srila Prabhupada was sick terribly in the last days, the secretary was sending messages to all the temples, all the temples to continue the chanting. Practically every temple is holding 24-hour kirtan. We don't know how the Lord's reciprocation is, but everyone is anxiously praying. Even we can see that all the sannyasis, when they have difficulty in health issues and other things, we all pray. Not that you know we have anything, but they are all serving the Supreme Lord. So many years dedicated, more than 50 years, 40, 50 years of their service. You know. Because of their service, we are able to chant properly. That is the mood that we will have. Not that they have some other relation. And they have given everything. You can see how even our devotees, when they are in ICUs, in a hospital, many times the America is like the hospitals, they complain. Like so many people are coming, why so many people come to ICUs or hospitals? We are overcrowded. You can't stay here. Please go away. So they hardly see anybody in this world. They live completely in a what you call dilapidated state in their relationships, especially family relations. No one even come and see them. Actually speaking, only nurses are taking care of them. Unfortunately, when they see so many people coming for one devotee, then they're all like completely bewildered. What is happening here? Mhm. They don't have any understanding. Then they'll say, no, even recently when Shalikram Prabhu was hospitalized, then they said, okay, two devotees at a time only can be staying in the hospital, not more than two devotees. They have a shift basis. So we're all praying how the devatas are, higher living beings are praying and anxious to see Dhruva Maharaj fight with the yakshas. So we are protected by the devatas and other human beings. Because of their prayers, we are actually continuing our services and our process here. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Because Lord Kapila says, because of all the attachments that we have in this world, mm, it is very, very difficult to practice bhakti. What Kapila says, we just have to divert these attachments towards the Supreme Lord. Then we can perfect our lives. Any material desires, you have divert those things towards Krishna. Everything is perfect based on that. And when spiritual master, when spiritual master leaves the planet, it is a duty of the disciple to cry profusely. Not that we are completely, attained siddhas where, yeah, everything normal. No. The disciple cries for the spiritual master because the spiritual master gave everything for the disciple. And how we can cry? When we are in the right association of devotees, then we can cry. We'll have a proper mood. The greatest suffering, the greatest suffering of this world, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Ramananda Rai, what is the greatest suffering of this world? The greatest suffering is the association of devotees. Lack of association of devotees, sorry. When we don't have the association of devotees, that is the greatest suffering. But we all have all the material attachments. We have so much hankering for the material attachments, not to the association of devotees. Talking to myself. Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusa pravarsayitam. Sunyayitam jagat sarvam. Cell phone virayaname. See, see, that is when we are in the sadhu sangha retreat. You know, everyone, first time I'm attending this. I heard so many times when Sachinandan Maharaj was explaining about uh, how this kirtan actually to go in deep in our relationship to Krishna. But the first kirtan I was attending, and Achyuta Mataji was telling, in 2008, 2009, when I first heard the kirtans, Nam Yajna in New Vrindavan, there were no cell phones. And every one of us dancing literally to the kirtan. And she was telling like everyone literally, most of the people takes the cell phones and then try to record the kirtans. First thing, I was telling the other, I did not know that she was going to talk about it later, but we were actually in the moment. We were, literally, when we have the kirtans, we are in the present. We don't know. We don't need to record and for future purpose. We can't live in the moment. How can we live in the future? We can't live. See, this is one observation that I had. It's a great event that all the Maharajas are spending so much of their energy, and it was like I can't believe when people, Maharaj was singing, Baby Gonsa Maharaj was singing, with Gopinath in the first row. All the kids are sitting in the front row. Some of them were like sitting and then playing on the phone. I was asking them, what is happening there? In the front row, and Baby Gonsa Maharaj was doing kirtan. I literally told them, please stop this. See, we are taking the association of sadhus so cheaply, actually speaking. You know, it's a it's a super spiritual energy that with all the Maharajas. You know, I told one devotee, they are struggling to take shelter from Guru. Please come and please pray to Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, that uh, you hear from all these sannyasis. They're all great sannyasis. You hear from them 4 days, and if your heart feels so, you please accept any spiritual master. And the end of the retreat, this devotee told me that we were in tears when one Maharaj was singing, and we want to aspire from this Maharaj. In the same retreat, some people are inspired and they want to connect, and others want to record it for future and not being in the present moment. That's what I always have this, cell phones are so many messages, even sometimes I always keep it on vibration. I do get chastisement for that, for not taking the calls. But so many messages, hundreds and hundreds of messages. Yes, there are devotional messages are there, 90%. But still they are like kind of distracting what I am doing in the current moment. So this is one of the problems of how we are deviating from our practice, the association, how we are taking association so cheaply. Especially how the second part of this verse that Prabhupada is writing, that how the devotees are protected. So the devotees are protected. If we look at how the Supreme Lord is creating everything for us, even though we are rebellious towards Him, He is providing the entire material world just for all of us, not to stay here permanently. It's a correction facility. He's providing this facility so that we can go back to Him. So that is the purpose of it. How He has been protected His devotees, right? He is declaring to Arjuna, his devotee will never perish. He is protecting the devotees in the form of the holy name. He is protecting the devotees by sending the spiritual master to this world. He is protecting his devotees by sending all the sadhus and the scriptures. How can one say that he is not protecting his devotees? Only a person who is completely in ignorant state, where he closed inside his room and then telling that the sun is not coming in my room. Hmm. He's protecting everywhere, actually speaking, especially the holy name. He's giving the holy name, which is more powerful than himself, actually. Without the holy name, there is nothing. How many times we keep hearing about this? He is non-different from Krishna. Holy name is non-different from Krishna. Harinam Prabhu is non-different from Krishna, non-different from Krishna. But yet, we don't have faith. The protection of the Lord comes based on how much we surrender to Him with faith. I'm repeating, I don't have any qualification to say this, because that's why we recite these 10 offenses to the holy name every day, to keep reminding us, so that we can listen to the holy name perfectly always. Especially, and also the Supreme Lord, being as a spiritual master, His Holiness Haladhar Swami Maharaj was telling in Neural, is repeating Srila Gaura Govind Swami Maharaj statements. How, if we are an offender, how if we are an offender in the court, we cannot find, we cannot do ourselves. If we go to the court, we cannot argue our case, right? Whom do we need? We need a lawyer. Yes. Who provided the lawyer? The government provided the lawyers, thinking that these people can be offenders, some people can be offenders. So the government, the Supreme Lord, actually provides these lawyers. These lawyers fight on behalf of these offenders. The spiritual masters actually fighting for the jivas. You know, Look at how Dhruv Maharaj is protected. Dhruv Maharaj is protected by his mother first, where his mother sent to forest, Path Pradakshan Guru. And second, He was again, Supreme Lord sent Narad Muni. Again, the Guru came in his life, and Narad Muni gave the mantra. The spiritual master, comes into our life to take us all back to spiritual world, to take us back to Krishna. Because we have so many anarthas, when lawyer is fighting on behalf of the offender in the court, he will bring all the topics, all the points. Hmm? Uh, He was telling, Haladar Maharaj was telling, when Guru takes this soul, Krishna says, no, this devotee has this problem. He doesn't chant in the morning, he doesn't do service in the proper mood, hmm? He doesn't listen. Krishna says all these reasons. And Guru says, no, but I am engaging him in your service. How can you reject him? How can you reject him? So then to an extent where Guru says, then why did you send me here? Why did you send me here into this material world? And why did you give me mercy to distribute to all the people? I am distributing your mercy to all the jivas, and now you are rejecting this devotee. No, I don't accept this. So the Lord is protecting the devotees at every step. And through Paramatma, Chaitya Guru. So Paramatma gives so many indications, but we don't listen to that indications. And we try to be away from Krishna. Because we don't be grateful to Krishna. One time we are in New York, 2009 and 10. Getting a parking spot in New York is very difficult. Right in front of Bhakti Center is almost impossible. So we are finding, searching, and Krishna, please save, please provide one parking spot so that we can go to the program quickly. We are praying, and finally the parking spot opened, just 2, 3 spots away from the temple. And then we parked, and immediately we rushed into the temple. After going there, and then we are attending the program, suddenly I thought, not even having gratefulness to the Lord, I am right and on time to the program. Simple thing. Lord, please give me, please give me. As soon as He gives, Haribo, I don't need you. You know, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says, like, 4 types of people come to Krishna, right? Those Vignasya, Tadignani. 4 types come. But at the same time, Krishna is telling Manushyanam Sahasreshu. He was explaining. See, why, if everyone will be in these 4 situations, why they are only Manushyanam Sahasreshu, only one will come to Krishna, right? He was explaining that as soon as they get things from Krishna, they come for money, they get the money, they'll forget. Mhm. They come from knowledge. Once they get the knowledge, Hari bols. You know, as soon as the distress is over, I am done with you. So they don't show that gratitude towards Krishna. That's why how the protection comes is through the gratitude, how we are exhibiting that gratitude towards Krishna. Then the Lord can be protecting all the devotees. You know, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu sitting here was telling that the Lord has brought us up to here. How can you think the Lord can leave us from here? So He has done so much for us. How can He leave us? He will not leave us. Only we try to go away from Him. That is what our nature. We are trying to cheat as much as possible because of all the attachments that we have. Then the holy name is given by the Lord, and there is no medicine to protect. Enechi aushadi maya nashibarulagi Hari Nama Maha Mantra Lavo Tumi Magi Enechi aushadi maya. This is the medicine. There is nothing else to protect from this material world. And lots of suffering. In June also we have, 40 degrees, 50 degrees temperature. Because coming from Florida, I feel this is very good in one way. You know why?
No insects. No insects.
Huh?
No insects.
No insects is one thing. People, if you go outside, people don't wear clothes, unfortunately, properly. This is my first time I'm going to, after 11 years, maybe I went to Florida. I felt like, the 3 months summer is enough here. I'm just, see, living like an animalistic lifestyle. What to expect here? Hmm. See, how the Lord's protection is, we cannot decide on how the Lord is protecting. You know, the Supreme Lord is protecting Arjuna, and then he is giving the victory to Arjuna, and the Supreme Lord is killing Abhimanyu, is also protection, which we cannot understand, and he is taking us back to Krishna. Hmm. By killing also he is protecting, by protecting and giving the victory also he is protecting. Both it is protection only. Even a devotee, I was hearing that even a devotee is falling down also is a protection, because the Lord is actually correcting him so that he can be grateful, and it's a diversion, but still it is a protection. He was telling that you have to improve. Everything is Lord's protection. But we see only success is protection of the Lord. Failure is not protection of the Lord. One should be thinking in a different way. Even endeavor is success in terms of Lord's eyes. If you are endeavoring, that itself is a success. Sincerely. Without that, we can't experience the Supreme Lord's protection. We are completely reminding all these things, right? The three types of gurus. Siksha gurus are given, Diksha gurus are given, Chaitya guru is there. Spiritual master is advocating through these different gurus. Three lawyers we have. How many? Three to fight our case. But we are not ready to accept. We want to fight our case on our own. It is a very unfortunate situation. Because once we become the devotees, then we know for sure we are doing, offending the other devotees. So that we always have to remind ourselves. The jiva's happiness is how we break the rules. That is jiva's happiness. Speed limit 70 means I never drive less than 80. That is, same nature continues there also. So get happiness. Yes, I'm going above the rule. This is the rebellious nature of the jiva. They'll think they are happy, but they are not happy anyhow. But they're so much in sad state where when they're trying to follow the rules and regulations. Who get up in the morning, chant, rounds, attend morning program, talking to myself. So much in distress to attend all these things. We are. That's why we are always have to keep the reminders. keep the reminders to associate with the devotees and chant the holy names without offenses and no criticism of the devotees. So that way we can experience the protection of the Supreme Lord. Mm. Without its protection, nothing can happen. That is an ignorant state. One may think that everything is happening. Mm. If you look at how the churning of the milk ocean, and when everybody, devatas and the demons are bringing the Mandara mountain, they could not carry the mountain. They all dead practically. What is that? They're all dead actually. And Supreme Lord actually revived their life back. And then again, the Mandara mountain is going down. Again, Supreme Lord became the Kurma and then gave the base. For us to do anything in this world, if you are thinking that the Supreme Lord is not protecting us, then we can't do anything. We just lay down on the bed. Every step, Supreme Lord is protecting his devotees. Protection is based on the how much surrender we have. So that's all I would like to say. Like in here, it's 9:10 already. Please forgive me if I've spoken anything wrong or inappropriately. But I have very limited knowledge and understanding. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest in the scriptures to reveal ourselves and our position in this world. That I'm just repeating. I don't have any realization on what I'm repeating, but I sincerely beg your prayer so that I can practice what I speak. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Can I hear anything you want to say? Yes, correct.
Actually, I liked very much that point that we're not grateful. One of my Shiksha Guru was mentioning that when we are not grateful for something, when we don't value something, we lose it. He was telling that you have no idea how fortunate you are to be in the temple entering service. Such a great fortune. You
Yeah.
don't value, you lose. And then my spiritual master also mentioned that we should always be grateful. When this gratitude, what I'm missing, gratitude will transform into love of Krishna. So yeah, that this gratitude is very, very important, and expression of gratitude is service. Without Allah the Maharaj mentions three qualifications of a servant. His first thing is servant should be fully dependent. You should be dependent. And second is, no, that's right, you can repeat. You should be dependent. Second is you should render loving. You should be dependent. You should render loving service, and you should not ask for anything in return. That is a qualification of servant.
Dependent, render loving service, and don't ask
for anything in return. So yeah, I like very now. The 3 points can you repeat? Dependent, like servant means someone should depend on the master, complete dependence on the master, and render loving service, and don't ask for anything in return. So these three things, and I was mentioning about gratitude. How gratitude, more and more we express, we are grateful. Heart is um, grateful heart. Then that gratitude, it will gradually, as we become more and more grateful, slowly that gratitude will transform into love for Krishna. So yeah, and also like that point that we have lawyers, when we have persons who are pleading on our case, but we're not accepting that because we want to be independent, we want to ourselves.
As a Haladar Maharaj statement.
Yeah, I like that very much. And yeah, the whole lecture, yeah, is very nice about how Krishna's protection is everything actually. that many times I also uh, experience that we think we're doing sadhana, we think we're doing seva, but many times we also realize that maybe tired, we don't want to do it, we still do it. So Haladar Maharaj says when that is actually Guru Kripa, that we are doing, even though many times the mind says don't do, don't do. So I was thinking that actually we have zero independence. We have zero, we think we are doing, but actually that's an illusion because Krishna is allowing us to do. Like in the process, we think we're chanting, but actually Krishna is dancing on our tongue. So this is Guru Shukla says that if Krishna doesn't allow you, you cannot chant one extra mantra or to speak of around. So actually that's true. We have no independence. According to what Krishna reminds us, accordingly we do things. If Krishna reminds us to do something, we will do to the extent that he reminds that much intensely we'll do. Krishna does not remind us, we won't do. Krishna's mercy is so powerful. If suppose I have some rounds left, if Krishna doesn't remind me, I won't remember that also. I'll forget, I'll break my initiation vow. So, like, how to say, it's like we're living on that. We don't even, we think of following even regulative principles. If Krishna doesn't remind that, we can break that also. That's how much we are dependent on causeless mercy. I'll end with this. Haladhar Maharaj says, when you realize that you are completely dependent on causeless mercy, when you're not just 50 but 100% dependent on causeless mercy, then you will be situated in Nishtha. You want Nishtha means you should be completely situated, have 100% faith. My sadhana cannot save me, my austerity, my brahmacharya cannot save me, nothing will save me. Krishna's causeless mercy, that is my only the platform of survival. So yeah, bro, very nice and very, yeah, very prayerful class. And Haladar Master says one more thing that, we are praying for so many things. How much are we praying actually to Guru and Krishna? Please engage me in your service. They're doing so much for us. Are we praying? Please engage me. Please engage me. Please engage me in your mission. Please engage me in your mission. Maharaj says we can only pray like this when we have no mission. When we have no desire, then Guru and Acharya's desire, mission, they will descend in the heart. Until if we have our own plan, then we cannot accept. So he said Acharyas already have that plan, already have their mission. We just have to carry on.
To be involved.
Yeah, we just have to involve in that mission.
Very nice points.
That famous verse also. So, respect to like Prabhuji said, like we should not expect anything. So, if I apply practical with materialistic world, corporate life. So, for example, practical scenario, one example I will give, like two people will be there, like we both are in same situation, and my manager will give like someone like even though even I'm doing very good, he identifies someone else and he will give some benefits or promotions. At that time, we have to think, okay, Krishna has some plan, and we have to because we have to apply there also this devotional things. Or subconscious mind will say, okay, Vimesh, if you are not speak, okay, you'll be corporate people will degrade you in your positions. So I will get confused at that time whether I have to fight and have to get that, or okay, I have to live and I have to do my work. I will get sometimes this materialistic world and devotional taking balancing is very difficult for me because nowadays I am applying everything to spiritual and to even corporate life, but sometimes I feel very difficult in this kind of scenario. So I'll give you some answer.
You want to say?
No, you answer first.
You can't expect more from the corporate world. That is for sure. That is true. The first thing is, are we doing our duty? Is the first thing. Okay. That means you have to fight. Fight means you have to show all the things, what you have done, first thing. After doing and presenting, right? If somebody else is chosen, then it is not in our hands, right? That is what Krishna is telling. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have to right to perform the duty, but not to the results, right? So definitely it is. It may be our, Krishna's, plan. We may not fit there or anything like that. But what my observation is it helping you in continuing your services or continuing your mood, or is it disturbing your mood completely?
Not spiritual things because of more time we have to spend. So that's why maybe Krishna is not giving that question. We have to assume that time we have to
See, Krishna's, that's what I was telling, right? Krishna's protection we'll understand only in success. We don't understand Krishna's protection in failures. He already have a plan, right? There is no need for us to worry too much. Happen. But is it helping you in continuing your Krishna conscious activities? If we are, I can speak myself, I am not that expert at some things. When I'm not expert at some things, naturally, I should not expect, right? When you are expert at something, still you don't get it. That's where you challenge, you question, oh, why this is happening, why that is happening. Ultimately, Krishna knows better for us. So we have to leave that there. If we don't leave that there, then it can drag the whole day or whole week, whole month also, whole life also. I know some people, when they purchase the house, they purchase the house at a certain higher price. After 1 year also, they speak only on that. After 1 year also, we don't lament there, just stop there. Lamentation, that's what the first lamentation based on spiritual connection is accepted, right? Otherwise, no need. Now, Prabhuji can answer more.
Yeah, two things. No, I don't need mic, that's fine. Two things. First thing is pray to Prabhupada. If you have one person in your life who you accept as Guru, and of course we accept many persons as Guru, but one person principally. So you pray to that person so that your mood is protected. That's very important.
Yeah, I think same thing. Prabhupada says when the professor is challenged, Prabhupada says that a difference between a devotee and a non-devotee is after lamentation, still he is continuing his services. You got it? He's still fighting. He is not rejecting, oh, now I'm done. So what we try to do is when we get calamities, we are completely stopped. Oh, now we lose the faith and we stopped completely. Oh, is this mantra working? Is this process working? We doubt the process, we doubt the mantra, we doubt the guru. To that extent, we go. Same thing, we try to do so many analysis there, but continue doing it. Because I'll tell you, my manager, I worked for a devotee for 10 years, more than 10 years, Shaligram Prabhu. I worked under him. So the entire office atmosphere is against him for unnecessary reason. He will never respond to them, to their problems, to their things. He will always focus on the delivery of the system. That's how he'll do it. For 10 years, I've been observing. I told him, why you don't respond? No, it is unnecessary things for you. He says, my focus is on delivery. As long as I'm working on delivering, even though they talk, it won't affect me. Sometimes he's been pulled down, sometimes he's taken out, or sometimes they give promotion, and everything has happened in 11 years of span. I've seen it. So he was never disturbed in that way. So it's like I can personally see, that's how I learned. Even at work, I am under him. So we always discuss so many things, and at outside we come to the temple and learn. So that way I can see a devotee how he's exhibiting these things at work also. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll end here. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'm ending the session here. Prabhuji's and Mataji's online. So
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was a very nice class. Very grateful to you for very encouraging class, especially the point where you mentioned that we have Guru who is fighting for us. It's very, very hope giving point, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.